The light turns red. You roll to a stop, and without thinking, your foot stays pressed on the accelerator just enough to keep the engine humming, or you hold the brake while the car shakes slightly, or you flick into neutral and wait. It feels harmless, normal, something you've done thousands of times. But right now, at this very moment, there's a silent process happening inside your engine that most drivers never notice. Metal is heating, fluids are thinning, pressure is building in places it shouldn't. And over time, this one habit at traffic lights quietly shortens your engine's life. Mechanics see the damage years later, drivers never connect the dots. And to understand why this happens, we need to start with what your engine is actually doing when you're stopped at a red light. What your engine experiences at a red light. When your car is moving, everything inside the engine is in balance. Air flows in, heat escapes, oil circulates at healthy pressure. Components are cooled naturally by motion. But the moment you stop, that balance disappears. The engine is still running, combustion is still happening, heat is still being generated, but airflow drops to almost zero. Cooling fans try to compensate, but they can't fully replicate the cooling effect of motion. Now, here's the part most people don't realize. At idle, oil pressure is at its lowest. That means critical engine parts are receiving just enough lubrication to survive, not enough to thrive. Bearings, camshafts, and timing components are operating in a fragile zone, and the longer you sit there, the longer your engine stays in that stressed state. But this alone isn't what does the real damage. The real problem comes from what drivers do while waiting, and this is where things start getting expensive. Riding the brake and loading the engine. A huge number of drivers sit at traffic lights with their foot firmly on the brake while the car is still in drive. Again, this feels normal. Automatic cars are designed to do this, but internally, something subtle is happening. The torque converter is still trying to move the car forward. The brakes are actively fighting against that force, and your engine is producing just enough power to stay engaged against resistance. This creates constant load. Not enough to cause immediate failure, just enough to generate excess heat and strain over time. That heat doesn't just disappear, it transfers back toward the engine. And during long red lights or heavy traffic, temperatures slowly creep upward. This is why cars that spend most of their life in city traffic often develop transmission issues earlier than highway-driven cars. But there's another habit that's even worse, and it's one that drivers often believe is actually helping their engine.
When you press the gas pedal, your engine sputters.
Some drivers lightly tap the accelerator at red lights, just a small rev, maybe to feel the engine, maybe out of boredom, maybe because the idle feels rough. This is far more damaging than people realize. When you rev the engine without load and without airflow, combustion temperatures spike quickly. Fuel burns hotter, oil thins, and internal components expand unevenly. Even short, repeated revs cause micro-stress inside the engine. You won't hear it, you won't feel it, but over tens of thousands of repetitions, it adds up. This habit is especially harmful in modern engines designed for tight tolerances and efficiency. They're built to run under controlled conditions, not constant idle revving. And ironically, many people do this because they think idling is bad and revving cleans things out. But the truth is the opposite. And to understand why, we need to talk about carbon buildup.
Idling, carbon, and a slow internal mess. Modern engines, especially direct injection engines, already struggle with carbon buildup. At idle, fuel doesn't atomize as cleanly. Combustion is less efficient. Soot particles increase. When you sit through long traffic lights day after day, carbon slowly accumulates on intake valves, piston crowns, and exhaust components. Now add revving at idle and the problem gets worse. You're increasing combustion without increasing efficiency. That extra fuel doesn't burn cleanly. It leaves behind residue. Over time, this leads to rough idle, hesitation, and reduced fuel economy. But here's the part that really catches people off guard. Carbon buildup doesn't cause sudden failure. It causes gradual performance loss that feels like normal aging. And most drivers never realize their habits at traffic lights played a role. But there's still one more common behavior that quietly damages engines, and this one feels logical. Shifting into neutral at every red light. Some drivers shift into neutral at every stop to give the engine a break. In older vehicles, this could sometimes make sense. In modern cars, it often creates new problems. Repeatedly shifting between drive and neutral increases wear on transmission components, especially in stop-and-go traffic. Clutches engage and disengage, solenoids cycle, fluid pressure fluctuates. All of this happens dozens, sometimes hundreds of times per commute. And here's the irony. The engine doesn't actually cool down meaningfully in neutral during a short red light. The reduction in load is minimal. The wear you save is tiny. The wear you introduce elsewhere can be significant. So what feels like a protective habit often just moves stress from one system to another. Which leads to the obvious question. If all these habits are harmful, what should you actually do at traffic lights? The simple habit that protects your engine. The safest thing you can do at a red light is also the most boring. Let the engine idle calmly. Keep your foot on the brake gently. Avoid revving. Avoid unnecessary shifting. If the stop is unusually long, like railroad crossings or extended congestion, then neutral can make sense occasionally, but not constantly. The goal is stability. Engines last longest when temperatures stay consistent, oil pressure remains steady, and systems aren't constantly cycling. Modern cars are designed to idle. They're not designed for nervous inputs. And one more thing most people overlook. Short trips and constant stops are far harder on engines than long drives. That means your habits in traffic matter far more than your habits on the highway. Small stress, repeated daily, does far more damage than occasional hard driving. And once you understand that, everything about engine longevity starts to make more sense. Traffic lights don't feel dangerous. They don't feel mechanical. They don't feel important. But they're one of the few moments where your engine sits running, hot and vulnerable, waiting for you to either let it rest or quietly wear it down. Most engine damage doesn't come from dramatic moments. It comes from habits so normal we never question them. And now that you know what's really happening under the hood, you'll never wait at a red light the same way again.